Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have qualifier number 3 of the Season 7 of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament. And today on commentary, we have Melkwe and new IT guy, and they'll take it from here.
Hey, thanks, Baseball. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns, everybody. We have Qualifier 3 of Season 7 of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer main standard tournament. How are you feeling, IT guy?
I am so happy right now.
I know.
There are no words to describe how gleeful I feel.
Yeah, no, same. I have a big smile on my face. I am laughing because let me tell you what our settings are tonight, everyone. It is going to be overworld tokens on, so items can be on our regular gold skulls, and those tokens will be in chests or on other freestanding checks. And chest appearance matches contents off, which arguably worse for me. Like I hate it.
Nope, we are going on a great hunt tonight, and it's going to be great.
Yep, and just to make matters worse, we are starting with a stone. So we're required to have the 6 medallions, so we don't even get a free dungeon out of it. We do have Sun Song start, though, and that is going to really make a lot of runners feel like the seed is playable. I expected...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I expected a lot of immediate drops after Overworld tokens was rolled for the first time, but that Sun Song start, I think, is really the saving grace of this qualifier.
Yeah, and if it wasn't, having it on, like, let's say the first song check, or one of the very early ones, definitely makes the seed more routable. You can spawn the skulls at will, You're not sitting there waiting for time of day the whole time.
Yep. One of the big things that you're going to be seeing, the earlier you find a ranged weapon of any kind, the better. Mm-hmm. Because it means a lot less backtracking unless an area has a required skull. So you want that slingshot or a bow or a hook shot really early.
Yeah, that in a bottle is great too for all the patches. Worst overworld skull, Cow Grotto, I think.
No, not even close. As far as I'm concerned. We have the worst skull as child up in Death Mountain Crater because you have to climb the whole way unless your child spawn is there. There's also the quote-unquote 100th skull in Zora's Fountain as adult. Alright. Here's our vanilla spawn. Fortunately, these runners probably very happy. We have our consumables here. Everyone gonna be running into Midos here. Sea Falcon opting to make it night first. It doesn't really matter how you do this. Going into Midos first makes a little more sense because you get to warp back out when you play Sun Song again.
Yeah, but he's just saving time collecting the skull. Yep. So his collecting the skull is going to warp out with Sun Song out of the maze, and then
the other runners though are going to save some time. Sea Falcon's warp is going to be back to Link's house, not Midos' house is the thing. So all of these runners have gone to Midos. They'll get the skull on the way here and save that little extra trek. It's not too much time lost, but it is a little less efficient than the rest of the runners. So excited to open every chest, everybody.
It's
gonna be great. Yeah. So one of the dangers of chest appearance matches contents, like being off here, is runners might be very used to peeking items. They might just kind of autopilot through that a little. It becomes really problematic if they don't remember that.
Yeah, definitely adds about 15 minutes to bottom of the well.
Yeah. Everything is a little faster. I would say over the course of a seed, 15 to 20 minutes. Most of these runners are pulling out checks fast enough that adds a half hour to GTG. Yeah, you are.
True.
Oh, Decotrita Volvagia. All right. That's our first path in.
Possible.
That does mean.
Hammer, wallet, tunic, something.
Yep. Hookshot, bow. Depending on if it's an item that's on a skull that we ultimately need, we might see something that we're unfamiliar with in there. 30 skulls
Right.
dead.
And one of them is bomb and Ranglot? Or is it
There's
just
a bottle early, just like you said.
Yep. Fishy?
Yep, that fish is going to be dumped out instantly to get some bugs because there are
Yep.
quite a few soil patch skulls available to us immediately.
Unfortunately, the emotional support fish is being dipped for the emotional support bugs.
Yep. Bobby has killed
Hate
the
to see it.
fish.
But
Yeah, Sunstart and an early bottle. It is
the seed really wants people to actually play it, not just go like,
just quit.
yeah, no, let's just try this again.
All right. Oh, I'm so happy that this is the one I'm here for because no consumables. I was like, oh, all right. Last two have ended up being all dungeons, which always fun, always a good little addition.
I gotta give mad respect to, I don't remember who was on the no consumables one, but there was a stick upgrade in the shop, and they bought 10 sticks instead of just buying the stick upgrade. And
Nice.
mad props to them for doing
that. Yeah, I mean, no consumables offers it a different challenge. It's okay, you need to think about how you're routing rupees. It kind of, I would say, favors some of the players that played in previous seasons where they didn't start with consumables, so they're a little more familiar with farming that. All right, let me get my 60 rupees so I can buy a stick, get some nuts, get my Kokiri shield.
Yep. Bottom of the well, foolish.
Interesting. Okay.
I like that. Hylia to Rover.
Yeah, so some of the kind of unusual things that we might see. Someone in chat mentioning Bolero. Bolero can actually be completely required for that skull. That doesn't exist as adult. Hey, Tobias. Drew, welcome in.
Yes, no CAMC is a minor setting.
Yep, it's a minor setting. I would say probably more because it doesn't have any, like, logical impact, really. There are a few tricks that you can do with big chests here and there, but the odds that you're doing them are few and far between.
Yep.
In this seed, does all dungeons need to be done? We do not yet know. We don't have enough information. But it is, the 6 medallions are required for Castle Bridge.
Yep. All just depends on what we find in the next probably half hour will tell us probably if it's all dungeons or not.
Yep.
At least,
yes.
Hopefully it will tell us, unless we're just going to go 2 hours and go, oops, 80.
Yep. And yeah, it is open Door of Time. Song of Time will be on one of the other song checks, not necessarily its vanilla location. So in these settings, Bolero becomes a scary one that can be on Ocarina of Time. But otherwise you've got your usual... Oh, we already have Bolero. Never mind.
Yep. Bolero is out at Sarius.
Okay. So then it's kind of your standard Zelda's Lullaby and Nocturne are the only ones that you're really, like, super concerned about. Requiem becomes concerning, of course.
Yeah, the doubly so on this one for Nocturne, because Nocturne... Okay, well, I'll just be quiet, because we just found Nocturne, but...
Yeah, we just found Nocturne.
Yeah, for Stone Shadow, or actually, I don't even know if it's Stone or not. But for Shadow Temple, that's always one that's like, okay, you see this on OOT, you are going.
Yep. Yeah, so there's not much that you can do in Death Mountain Crater as a child. So warping there as a child, it just, you have 24 seconds with your health as it is. You can get your skull, you can peek the 2 checks, and then you just warp away.
Right. And a Foolish Market, that's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, Market Foolish is nice. You're
No bomb
kind
shoot, no Lens of Truth needed.
Yeah. I would say the things that you really want to see, though, are those locations that have, like, a lot of skulls.
Yeah.
Like, I'd so much rather find a Lost Woods Foolish in this, because, like, oh, I have to come back for all these skulls, double check them. Darunia is just a bloopy. Nocturne early is really nice. Gives you some really good movement, both as child and adult. Oh, and a bow.
How many people are getting that bow?
Depends on if it's hinted or not, honestly. That is going to be really nice for Cine, though, if other people do that later. As I mentioned, having something that you can peek skulls with early is amazing, because it means a lot less backtracking unless there's a required item. Alright.
And I didn't get a good look at that. That was at the top there.
Yeah. It looks like Earl Weird and Sea Falcon are also both going to... Oh. Nope. Sea Falcon's just going into Lake. Oh, okay. A wallet. So that's interesting. One of the nice things with Deku Tree being a path location is you're going to get a Kokiri sword, and you can stop worrying about your sticks once that happens.
Right.
It is very hard to manage your consumables in overworld tokens, honestly. Okay.
That's a hammer.
Yep. Okay, so that immediately adds Boomerang as an option into Deku Tree. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily need to be what we usually think about it. And knowing that trick is very nice. And yeah, so Cine setting up a, like, break resistant stick, basically. Alright.
And what do we got?
And Lake is path to Twinrova.
I cannot tell what that is.
I couldn't tell what that was. Alfalfa, I would be very surprised if we sub 3 with these settings combined. I can see it being a very low sub 3, or like a very low 3 hour Oh, and there's magic nice and early. But 12 minutes in, I mean, we already have a hammer and a magic, a bow. Zora's scale on 50. Yeah, that is a little monka. I had trouble seeing what was in the Ruto's letter spot when Cindy was going by. It was a little too dark. But Sea Falcon will have better time of day, I think. And yes, the drafted settings are pinned in this.
Sea Falcon gonna set up the same trick Cindy did.
Yep.
And CA hammer.
Yeah, killing this skull's super easy. It's a little trickier to actually collect the item. So, as you'll see, your timing is a little different for both of them. Killing the skull, pretty free. You don't have to worry too much, but... Yeah, exactly, Elka. Yeah, this isn't something where you go, I'll come back later with Boomerang. This is something where you go, alright, I am doing this again. Alright. Oh, bugs! No! Rip. I usually aim a little farther left than Sea Falcon is currently. Yep, those were bugs. It's fine. There's plenty of other places to pick up bugs. Usually anywhere there's a soil patch skull, bugs aren't too far behind. So Water River Chest is a small key, according to Cindy's tracker. Oh, thank you, VXR.
I mean, if you can do the trick, you're not going to stop at this point.
Yeah, no. It's unfortunate that this is one of the harder collections. Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, you want that one. All right, this looks. Oh, nope. Letter on Hyrule Castle's Call. Okay, Colossus to Baronade. Ice 9 doesn't have the Market Foolish hint, unfortunately. Gonna lose a little time here. Yeah, I would say this is one of the tricks that is easier to lose. Like you go a little longer in between doing this than a lot of others. Yeah, so Sea Falcon is swimming instead of landing and walking along the shallow water. Like chat is saying, you don't actually need to... There we go.
Hey, you got it.
Let's go.
Round of applause.
Alright.
That is a very difficult trick.
Yes. Frogs 2 is dead. Amazing. Ice 9 is going adult without having gone to lake. Kokiri Forest Foolish, okay.
I'm gonna say.
Yep. And as I mentioned, there are bugs pretty much anywhere there's a soil patch skull, so Sea Falcon, safe. Yeah, the Valley Bow is going to be huge. The hammer is going to be big. Most of our runners are going to get that. Oh, Requiem, okay. Well, at this point, there's really only one, like, required song that... Wait, what was that? Yeah, Rob Dog. So we do have a Deku Tree Path to Volvagia hint. I could very well be for Boomerang in there, so... They started with Sun Song. Yeah, Rob Dog, exactly. Overworld Skulls is quote-unquote fine. Okay. A strength here in the first check of fire. This is one of those interesting, like, do you dip fire as soon as you have access to it?
I think so. I mean, for me, I like to know if I'm hammer locked into fire or not.
Hammer is on the skull on the Lake Lab in Lake Hylia here. Bow is in the crate in Gerudo Valley.
Although, for everyone who did Valley Lake, Fire Temple just became a bonkers choice. I mean, yeah, you don't have bombs, and that may be the one thing that's hindering it, but I mean, it's still pretty good to try to see how far into fire you can go.
Mm-hmm. Shadow Pot's a small key. I did not see what was on the arch baseball. Alright, Earl also doesn't have that market hand. Gonna lose a little bit of time here. Sydney picking up Ruto's letter. Yeah, so being able to do overworld skulls and checks along the way, I mean, it's just like anything else. Anytime you have early explosives, early hook shot, you're chilling a little more. So Desert Colossus.
Yeah, that Colossus to Baronation is kind of interesting now.
Yeah, did Ice Nine pick up a song there?
I don't remember. If they did, I didn't see what it was or remember what it was.
Serenade. Okay.
Okay, so it's not that. No.
Honestly, could be Kokiri Sword.
Yeah, it could be K-Sword for what we think is Rang and somewhere in Deku.
Yeah, Dombe can be a little mean sometimes. Okay, and there's a bomb bag there. Okay, I take it back. This seed's gonna sub 2.
I'll believe you the second we see a hook shot here.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see anything on the ledge there. With a stick?
Probably a stick. Alright, yep. So Minuet there, even better for movement.
Yep. Bombs were in the cow crate in Empa's house.
Yep.
Nice sphere 0 early CAC check.
Yeah, and like you said, bombs might be the reason runners don't go into fire early. That just went out the window.
Right. I mean, you got... assuming they went Valley Lake...
Yeah.
You've got a wallet if you can't do... or you want to logically do it. The first check inside of fire is a strength. You literally have a fire package. The only thing you don't have is a hook shot. And that's the one thing that kind of sucks, but that's one check that is locked out, isn't it, right? Is Pierre? I think that's the only
I mean, one for sure. It just depends on if it's a key that you need to keep climbing.
Right.
Or not. Yeah, so Dodongo's Cavern also being required with that bomb bag. I imagine that anyone who went the Valley Lake route is going to just clear up those 2 dungeons pretty fast.
Right.
But Ice Nine's gonna show us Dodongo's Cavern.
Oh, those are shoes.
Yeah, not huge because we already have a bomb bag, but it is convenient.
Let's make DC that much more convenient for us, right? Right when we pass by it.
Yeah, makes things like Child Spirit possible, out of logic, of course, but you can go peek that.
Yeah. And that looked like a piece of heart on the arch above it.
Yes.
Looks like Team Bioshield winning today.
Always
Burning Shack is Song of Storms.
Okay. That makes a little sense why Bottom of the Well is foolish then. Later.
Forest water and DC required for storms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much any skull is peekable with shoes.
Yeah.
All right, so our runners, 2 of them, I believe, went to Valley Lake, and 2 did not.
That's what it appears to be.
So bow, you don't stress about quite as much in this instance. It is a nice and convenient item to have early, but there are 3 of them.
Right.
Does the lab skull count it? Yes. Yep, so you need iron boots to do that. Yeah, Serenade at Colossus with Colossus to Baronade.
Sunny having some issues with adult archery. Don't blame them. I absolutely hate this check for a reason. Oh.
Hey.
In DC. Well, Ask
All
and
right.
you shall receive it.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive. Wow. I mean, Cinny and Sea Falcon are actually going to be in an amazing position once they go into DC, because they're gonna be able to do fire after DC. They're gonna be able to just go straight into do forest. That's a song for them. There's strength too. What is this?
This is the hey. So these settings seem scary, but we're gonna put everything exactly where you want it to be.
Right.
Not where you don't want it to be.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Right now, Kokiri Sword is a big question mark, honestly. Obviously, Lights, as usual, a big question mark. But other than that, it's Mirror Shield and... I need to double check all of our dungeons. I think Shadow is required, so...
I believe Shadow's a stone.
Oh, yeah, it's a stone.
But that's scary also.
Yeah, no, we're... So Long Shot, Mirror Shield, and what we think will be Kokiri Sword for Boomerang and Deku Tree. That's... Well, and a weighted Dew Water.
Yeah.
Yo, real Rob! Yeah, probably Alka. But, like, we also have a very early Requiem and the ability to do Child Spirit out of logic. True, we do not have Lullaby yet, but I don't think anything's been locked by it so far, so it could just be on Prelude or Adult Sacred Forest Meadow. There's a few easy options for that yet.
It can't be on OOT, and we know that for a fact, so...
Yes. So there are 3 skulls out at Colossus, 2 as adult, that are kind of locked by beans. You can do it with a long shot, though. One's just hook. Oh, we saw it was Saria. Okay. Yeah, so Prelude. And it can't be on Burning Cac. Yeah, I think it's just behind Forest then. Yep. And this is what I'm talking about. Having that bow early, Cinny is going to peek these skulls and find out what's up.
Right.
This skull is my least favorite to collect. I will always just get a bean for it. Hop off.
That is a red rupee?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go, Cindy.
Yeah, and this is where, like, efficiency in your skull routing really matters. Yeah, I mean, ZL has to be on Prelude given the Burning Cac hint. Yeah, and usually you have to mind your time of day. We started with Sunsong today. This is one of those seeds where it's like, if the game had a sense of humor, this is exactly it. Because you're going, oh, haha, it's chest appearance matches, contents off, and overworld skulls, which is just a misery. And there's irons.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I hard amend my no sub 3. And
yeah,
I think
this is definitely sub 3able.
I genuinely think we could even see a sub 2, but
Yeah.
It depends a little on whether or not Boomerang is in Deku Tree like we think, and where that Kokiri sword is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Earl picking up that hook shot. Sea Falcon and Cindy just going through the Kakin Graveyard adult opener. Ice Nine's dipping into Forest, doesn't have that bow from Graveyard Crate, but this is still required, so it's not like you're losing time, and, you know, there's 2 other bows out there.
Right.
Why was that brown chest big? Aw, Drew. Aren't you enjoying the throwback? Yep. So chest appearance matches contents is off. Everything's gonna look the way it did in the vanilla game. Yeah. Being able to only do the first 2 checks must not have gotten a key. Is that correct?
Yep, I believe so.
Okay. With 1 key and a strength, you can still get into the courtyard. It's not in logic, but you can do it. But
Well, we know
currently
the first strength. Well, the first check was irons. I didn't see what the Stalfos fight check was.
Oh, second check was a token. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lost Woods, Goron City. You clear some stuff up. Yeah, Elga.
Yeah, it's gonna be even better for Sea Falcon going into DC, just because the second he sees that, oh, I get my hook shot, oh, I get my strength, I have no reason not to go fire right now, other than 4 hearts. But I mean, that's never stopped anyone before.
Yeah.
Grab the ferry outside, just in case.
Yeah, we'll probably Serenade first and set Pierre just to be safe since we have Bolero.
Right.
Alright, DC done for Earl. Alright. Ice Nine setting up a way to peek this. I cannot tell what that is. A purple rupee?
It almost kind of looked like Neru's love.
Oh, maybe it was a spell. And there's Longshot?
Okay,
what?
Let's just calm down here for a second.
What is this? I'm so mad right now. I was like, I'm settling in. This is going all night.
Yeah.
Okay, Path to Morpha. We're good. Yeah,
you want a jet? You get a jet.
Yeah, Mirror and Boomerang from Go with an unresolved path to both of those bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a lake path to Twin Rova, we found a hammer. We're going into fire anyway.
Right.
What's happening? Longshot was just in the trail wall.
Yep, there's one in DC, one in what you call it? One in DC, one in the trail, so.
Yep.
Assign whichever one of those you'd like to be long shot. I don't think it really matters.
What are you thinking is behind Hammer? We had a Sphere Zero bomb bag, so
Yeah.
I'm just clearing that up.
Oh, Link Figuron giving us a paperweight.
Oh, no, yeah, it was just in the wall. The regular bomb and or hammer locked wall. Not skulls. Yeah, this routing is going to be... I mean, honestly, if you didn't go do Valley Lake in your opener, you're like, okay, this is gonna be rough for those runners, honestly, given where all of the other items have been so far.
Right. And for some reason, I don't think the seat's gonna bail anyone out on the, hey, here's just an extra one that's really convenient.
Right. There will be two groups of finishers, those who sub 2 and those who go to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it could already be resolved. There was Hammer there, and Hammer locks several things.
Right.
Oh, okay, Vanilla Song of Time.
Mm.
That could throw a wrench in this.
You'll never find it in GTG.
Water River Chest is already hinted a small key, though.
Yeah.
Which is what you're really concerned about.
Right.
And there's another magic. So, all of the runners who didn't do Night Cack Skulls, chillin'. Yeah, so Alka's about what we're expecting. We're thinking, alright, K-Sword hanging out in Colossus for Boomerang and Deku. That would get us that hammer in Lake.
Mm-hmm. Could also be a hammer for Valley Rocks or the double magic fairy instead of...
Oh, okay. That equip concerns me a little bit from Sea Falcon, because if he minuets out of here, which makes sense. Yep. Okay. Trail Wall could be a late pickup for him. It makes sense. He can complete he can complete his Forest Med dungeon, which means he'll be getting Lullaby early, can be more efficient in how he decides to route all of the other ZL lock checks. But that Trail Wall can be kind of easy to forget about in that case. But it makes sense to do this before fire. You're going to be opening all the chests. The odds of getting to your either 5 hearts that you want for fire or filling up your wallet for a tunic, very high. Okay, so the adult skull, the one I was talking about in Zora's Fountain, is dead. He's just making sure Longshot isn't on Phantom Ganon first. Yeah, absolutely. It's a sometimes hint, I believe.
Yeah.
But
this
the...
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was just saying this, and I mean, this isn't exactly the worst thing, seeing Sea Falcon go into Forest, because you're going to do it anyway. You're going to get a song out of it, and you're probably going to fire immediately afterwards. and I would probably check trail before going to fire, but...
Yeah, it becomes when do you check trail.
Yeah.
Doing this first, like I said, will enable him to, say, check the hammer-locked fairy fountain in Crater after doing fire or before doing fire. You're likely saving it for after, so then you can do your Goron City and trail cleanup.
Right.
But really, it's more about the, okay, I need the resources to do fire first. Alright, Earl diving into River here, and Ice9 is showing us the last skull out in Colossus. Fire arrows. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, as long as he does trail in the crater loop, Sea Falcon is just blowing through this seed. But you can't forget it. Let's see. Non-DC strength was...
First check.
Fire. Yeah, the first check in fire. And there is another bow. Alright. That's good for Earl.
Which one? I didn't see where the bow was at.
Oh, for Earl Weird, it was the upper river skull.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that is very helpful. Recovery heart? Earl seems to want it.
I'm confused about the texture on that, but does the Zora scale not change the texture?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So there's a gold scale up there, but we know that there's a silver scale on 50.
Oh no, it was Tunic. We misread it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yep. And there's long shot for Cinny.
I thought I was going crazy for a second.
It's a Zora sword.
Oh, that is a lens of truth. That's what that was.
That's interesting. It's useless, so it's not really interesting, but... Market is foolish, so it can't be lens minigame. We have Requiem, so we don't need to cross.
Yep.
And yeah, Cinny and Sea Falcon both have wallets to buy tunics. Cinny's is full. I'm expecting by the end of Forest, Sea Falcon will either have the hearts he needs or the money he needs to do fire after.
Mm-hmm.
Earl back in a much better position, having found that bow, but still without that hammer. Ice9 picking up the hammer now. But Cinny and Sea Falcon are just in, like, dungeon mode right now. They're able to do Dodongo's Cavern, Forest, Fire, Water. Well, Sea Falcon still needs to pick up the long shot to do Water, but Cinny will be able to do Water after the others. And then it just really depends where that Kokiri sword is.
Mm-hmm.
And Mirror Shield, of course.
And based on what we think all the items are on a chain to each other.
Yeah.
It's possible that one of them's not on there, but it seems pretty likely that they're just chained to each other.
Yep. Yeah, Ice Knight picking up that hammer now, kind of back on track. Still no bow. Yeah, I my concern for Sea Falcon here as the one without long shot, it's just hard sometimes to remember that. There are extra checks in Trail now, though, that you're thinking more actively about.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like he can go get storms and go, oh, there's a thing in Trail.
Yeah. Yeah, Elka, that's what I expect. It's clearing up, crater, climb up, do Trail from the top down. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's waiting for ZL and resources of the health variety. Alright, Earl gonna be taking a look at Colossus. It must not be the Arch for these runners to be doing this.
Mm-hmm. Recovery heart. That is K-Sword on the Arch?
Oh. Okay, if it looked like a bundle of arrows,
Maybe I'm crazy, but that looks
No.
like K-Sword.
Yeah, a bundle of arrows would look a lot like Kokiri Sword. And Kokiri Sword on the Arch is what we would expect with a Deku to Volvagia. And a Rang-locked hammer. And we have Triple Forest.
Gotta love Triple Forest. Let's get Quadruple Forest. Anyone?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Big Goron sword. Ice Knight already at 6 hearts. So is Earl. Oh, and Cinny. So no one's really worried about fire completion at this point.
I mean, if you're worried, you grab the tunic at this point. Din's on the diving game.
Well, that Din's Helps out with the fire arrows.
Right? That's not the...
That's not path.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Rob Dog.
Greg! We found Greg, guys. Okay, we can all go home now.
Alright, Sea Falcon is almost through forest here. Would expect him to go pick up ZL, probably play Serenade, set up Scarecrow, do fire. Sorry, Axel. Yeah, Ice 9 really, like, alright, where's my bow? I need to get going here. Why do the runners care about Kokiri Sword? It has to be hovers. No, actually. So, the hammer that we picked up is boomerang locked. Since Deku Tree is path to Volvagia, Rang can be there, not hovers. Hovers could be there instead, and then we're on a boomerang hunt. But since boomerang is more likely, you're definitely going to pick up that Kokiri Sword since Jabu is also required.
Is that Skull there as an adult also?
No, it is child only, and it is boomerang locked.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. Yeah, the requirements become a little different when skulls are on, because you are thinking not just, okay, what are the requirements for this dungeon, but what are requirements for skulls? So you add a layer. And yeah, you would find out if fire is hovers locked, but we're not concerned about that.
Right. No, if you find hovers in Deku Tree, you clear out the rest of Deku Tree, and when you find nothing, you cry and run immediately to Shadow.
Ice Nine has potentially forgotten that dungeon skulls aren't on. Yeah, if we get
We're just trying to get...
Go ahead.
I was just saying, or they're just trying to get 20.
Yep. Alright, Earl Weird gonna show off some Furor's wind strats here. It's not triple forest for much longer. Sea Falcon made really good time getting through forest here, is already heading out. Or I like Forest Temple, I really do. I was talking about this with several runners over the weekend. I'm like, I understand that when you're playing through it, it's kind of boring because it's so linear. It doesn't require a lot of thought. But the thing that as a viewer is really fun about it is all of the like great tech and movement and execution that comes out in Forest Temple.
Einstein setting up Ferrors and Javu. I like this.
Yep, makes total sense. You came up here anyway. You gotta come back. You've got Requiem. It's really easy to just play that and get back here. What is good in here?
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
That was CAC to PG.
Oh, probably the
Bombs.
No, because the strength would have gotten us that. The hook shot.
Yeah, I think it's bombs, right?
Oh, Minuet was there? Okay, yeah.
Oh.
I was like, where was Minuet? I couldn't remember. That would make sense. Yep. Because even, like, from there, our hook shots are not locking each other. Our bows are not locking each other. Our strengths are not locking each other.
Right.
Bombs aren't even singularly locking any of those, so... Alright. So as expected, Bobby is going to... Oh, sorry, Sea Falcon is going to be picking up Scarecrow. Make sure that's set before going into fire. Doing Shoot the Sun while you're at it. Which is a... It can be an interesting... Okay, is this before or after Water Temple? Is it before or after a different dungeon? Yeah. I was trying to be so good too. I was like, it says Sea Falcon, we're gonna go Sea Falcon, but he's also very chill about being called Bobby.
Setting up a nice Goron lullaby there.
So we're actually able to... There's one skull here that Sea Falcon can't do. It's on the tree at night. You need long shot to do it. But otherwise we'll be able to do this, lab dive, top of lab, and get an idea, alright, is my mirror shield here or not? Yeah, Ice Nine's gonna be hurting for that bow for quite a while. He's also opted not to do River, which is where the other one is that we've seen. There's still one out there. Alright, Ice Nine gonna show us this skull, see if this is Mirror Shield. And happy 1 hour indeed. Thanks everyone for joining us at the hour marks. We really like to shout out our runners. Ice9, Sea Falcon, Cinny, and Earl Weird. Their links are there in chat if you'd like to give them a follow. Our trackers today, maybe? There we go. Tomal, Beethan, that's a new name for me. Apologies if I mispronounced that. Baseball and Lava Plume. Pushing all the buttons so we have an idea of where everything is. Baseball is also our restreamer today. And on comms, you have a new IT guy joining me. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
And yeah, double defense in the lab. Rock Chalk. No. No, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. Hope you have recovered a little bit. Rock Chalk was at Speed Gaming Live over the last week with me. Very fun. Alright, Earl and Cinny almost out of forest. There was really nothing of note here past those iron boots. You just had to do it.
Right.
I'm a little surprised that Sea Falcon didn't pick up Lullaby before coming out here. Yeah, exactly, Rob Dog. But I don't think that he'd been out here at all, so might have thought ZL was here. But that's one of those like small. Okay, it's more efficient to check Prelude and then go to Colossus, because either way, one of those songs is ZL, and one of them has actual checks that you can do with that song.
Right.
Earl Weird actually ended up using Furor's Wind strats, which ultimately save, you know, a bit of time.
Yep. Long shot is in Death Mountain Trail Wall.
Alright, Sea Falcon not coming here with beans. Kinda get it. Alright, Ice 9. Gonna do some hiking across South Field.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
There we go.
So it is something that looks like K-Sword on the arch.
Yep. Well, someone said arrows. Arrows look a lot like Kokiri Sword, so that would make a lot of sense. Sea Falcon's also going to just do Child Spirit while you're here, and I am guessing Wild Child, just go do Deku Tree and hope that it's Boomerang there. Very likely that it is, but...
Yep.
So, like, honestly, as long as Sea Falcon does what we think he'll do, and that is go do Fire, and then go do Crater, Trail, etc. cleanup, I mean, he's on the way.
Yep.
Especially if Mirror Shield is behind that hammer in Fire.
Or doesn't find another strength, because then he'll be forced to go Fire, figure out, oh, my second strength's in the first check.
Why wouldn't he do that check? Sorry?
No, I mean, if he, I was meaning if, he doesn't find another strength here, he's gonna go, or immediately to Fire anyway, because he won't have the second strength to come back here as an adult.
Yeah, no. Fire's next on his play. It's the only dungeon that he can complete. Unless he should go do Deku in this child segment, because he's expecting it to be Boomerang. That was slick. Oh, that was less slick. Alright, Ice 9 still going around field, really looking for that hammer. Earl Weird picking up Lullaby, gonna be going and doing Lullaby checks. Oh, is that strength 3?
That's a strength in the tech bro.
Alright. That is what the sticking point of this seed is. If light arrows are in light trial, that right there immediately ruins someone's day.
Right.
Yep.
So I think that's the only two that can be OGC or light trial.
Yep. And there's the minuet from Sea Falcon. And yeah, hammer has to lead to mirror, and there are minimal checks that would be that aren't already just on the way.
Didn't look at cow.
Wait, Earlweird still doesn't have the market hint. Yeah, Ice Nine has long shot. I would expect that he drops down, long shots over, and then goes for the recoil. Nope. Ice arrows for Ice Nine.
And it's a skull.
Alright, is this our mirror shield? That is not the shield that you want to see there. Anyone know if near Valley Skull was hinted dead? No, it wasn't. I think one of the real questions here, if you're Sea Falcon, I mean, obviously he doesn't know where another strength is, doesn't know where long shot is, but do you just bail after boomerang? Just for, like, funsies? Save a few minutes? And yeah, I'm expecting Sea Falcon's gonna go do Jabu before going adult again, if it is boomerang.
I don't think he will. And that's
no, it would be insane.
Well, I mean, he could. I mean, but you don't know where light arrows are at, and God knows they're in the check in the basement that no one ever checks because... Oh, wait, you don't have to check that skull. I keep forgetting which skulls you're going on. But, I mean, you still don't know where light arrows are at. Long shot could be in here, maybe. He doesn't know. We know it's not, but... So...
We are not expecting this to be Oops All Dungeons, no.
It's going to be Oops All Dungeons when Ganon says the light arrows are in the whatchamacallit, GTG toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it becomes oops.
Yeah. The
Boomerang!
The river chest in water is hinted.
Yep.
A small key. $15 skulls for Sea Falcon already.
We have not... I have not seen a toilet.
No. So if anyone's new here, toilet is a room in Gerudo Training Grounds, or GTG as we keep referring to it as, where Ice Nine is going now. Got some swirling water, some silver rupees you collect. Bunch of things trying to kill you.
Just like a normal toilet, right?
Yeah, totally normal. But yeah.
Or
So,
Australian toilet.
Yeah. Sea Falcon picking up that boomerang here in Deku as we were expecting. We'll just go do Jabu then. And then go do fire, clean up, find hopefully mirror shield along the way, hopefully the long shot along the way.
Mirror, probably not.
I don't think thus far anything indicating AD has been behind Hammer.
Yeah.
So until we find something, if we find hovers behind Hammer, different story. All of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe Shadow is actually important. Because
Right.
that Hammer is our path to Twinrova. Hi Goma, bye Goma.
Oh, I didn't get to say hi, I blinked.
There's a very early boss key in water here, so Cindy's just beaten Morpha.
I don't dislike that play.
Nope, not at all. It does unlock storms, which causes a little bit of decision making for Cindy. He's able to go through and do fire though, so the expectation would usually be that that is what he does. Taking the owl back, this is actually the fastest way to river and domain without a scale.
Which is exactly where he's going.
Yep. Gonna do some field cleanup first.
Find an. Oh, he's probably. Oh, wait. You wouldn't check Tektite as a child.
Yeah. You can do Tektite as adult with the iron boots. You can't do it as child.
Yeah.
So usually you'd save that for your routing to GTG.
Right.
Earl Weird doing very similar routing at this point as Sea Falcon. Going through Lost Woods, cleaning up a few checks here that you couldn't do earlier.
This is not a river play. Oh, maybe it is.
No, this is a skull. Yeah, exactly. There's one check there in GTG that is hammer locked. The worst thing is no Epona's song.
Right.
But that could be in the composer grave here. Which, when you start looking for things, that's what you're doing. Alright, so this is the check that we are referring to that is hammer locked in GTG. And it is a small key. Okay, so that actually opens up other options. Depending on how many keys we need to reach an item that may or may not be in the maze here.
Right.
And still no bow for Ice 9. Sea Falcon thinking that scale would have been nice a little earlier. Earl Weird is going to save some time over him on that because he already has the scale. So one of the bows is in the Gerudo Valley Crate, and the other one is in Adult River, the upper skull. We have not seen a third one yet.
Gonna reset this, reset the keys. What's up on the top of it? That is not the shield we're looking for.
With Wath, how do we know which hint to start with? So with Way of the Hero, odds are that you're going to be getting locations like Kakariko, Kokiri Forest anyway, places that are more check dense. And you're going to start where you would anywhere else. There are very standard openers. Adult, Kakariko, Graveyard, Child checks, pick up your songs, do what you can with what that gives you. How you push Wath from there, it varies depending on runner to runner, honestly. Some runners really value full clearing those Way of the Hero areas before going other places. And some are like, nope, this is definitely a Way of the Hero item. I'm going to continue on.
S9 picking up a red t-shirt. And GTG.
Yeah, Mirror Shield is probably just in fire. So from there, the only thing that trips up Sea Falcon is not clearing up the, like, crater and trail hammer checks while he's at it. Because that's where Longshot is. I don't see that happening, but it's still a sticking point where Cine has a little more... Everything's on the way. Same with Earl Weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Ice Nine's just really hurting, honestly, without this bow. But we're gonna see some of Adult Spirit now.
The one thing Sea Falcon has going for him right now is, unless the light arrows are a child-only check, he probably doesn't need to go back child again.
Yeah.
For the rest of the seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think Cine's gonna end up going Colossus after this. Probably finishing off Hammerlock checks real quick, but... This will also give us a sense of whether or not fire is hovers locked. Yeah, Salty. The strengths are just on the way. That's why we're not talking about them.
Yep, everyone I think has the strength from DC now. A few people have the strength from Fire, and I think only one person has one in Tech type. But
Yeah,
they're
Ice
just
Knight's the...
all there.
Sorry.
No.
Ice Knight's the only one who picked up the one in Tektite.
Yeah. So for the bridge, we only need medallions. We started with the Kokiri's emerald.
But they're required to get the 6 medallions.
Right.
Yeah, everything in Fire is hammer locked. Because the very first check was that strength. It's not a key. You can't go anywhere in here without the hammer.
What was in Deku? Boomerang.
Yep. And welcome in Scrub Central and Raiders. We have Qualifier 3 of our upcoming Season 7 tournament. And we are currently discussing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know where hovers are, and we may not actually need them to complete Fire.
Yeah, so if you're looking at our paths, as VXR is explaining, we have a boomerang path to Volvagia because we have a logically rang-locked hammer.
Yep.
We're just also lucky in that, you know what? We have to do Jabu today, so that boomerang was just along the way. Yes, it's Overworld Skulls, and chest appearance matches contents off. Yep, we have a group of base settings and then drafted settings. For quals, it's 1 major, 1 minor. Today that major is the Overworld Skulls, and the minor is going to be that chest appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That is randomly picked by RandoBot. And yeah, no one dropped, and the reason we think that is that they had sung song at the start. That was their free song from Zelda.
There was also in the invisible chests in the hallway there is a wallet, the second one.
Oh, okay.
In spirit, so whoever wants to go get 50 skulls for a Zora tunic, feel free, but
You can also just buy it.
yeah. We're gonna just buy it, the seed.
I mean, you're not actually buying it because it's a hassle to buy it.
Exactly.
To buy the tunic, you actually have to go to ice and get blue fire. Well, I suppose you can buy blue fire if you have both of them and melt the shop that way. Then you have to go farm money again to get back up to 300.
Ice Knight picking up their 20th skull.
Yeah, Cine is making really smart choices here. Gonna beat Volvagia and then go back into fire. Is Cine known?
I don't know what that means.
Yes. Cine is a well-known runner in the community, if that's what you're asking.
I believe everyone on Restream was in the top 64 bracket last year. I could be wrong, but I believe everyone is. Ice Nine's the only one I'm not sure about, but I know for a fact the other 3 were.
I don't remember, honestly.
But either way, Ice Nine, very proficient runner.
Yeah. I believe Ice Nine's also one of our Brazilian runners. Always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Brazilian section of the community does a really good job getting their runners on Restream, even if we're not able to, so I end up watching a lot of those if we don't have something going on.
That's what you want, terrifyingly supportive.
Terrifyingly supportive. It works for me because I just sit there and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch Rando today. Sounds good.
Yeah.
They do it in Portuguese.
Yeah. That would be my guess as well. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, all runners are top 64 from last year. They're on Restream right now.
Alright, so Sea Falcon most of the way through Jabu. Earl Weird not quite in here yet. Cindy has beat Volvagia.
Fighting the hardest boss in the game. And yeah.
I recently figured out how to make that trick work for me that Sea Falcon did, where you just kind of back up behind it. Alright, and Cindy doing exactly what you would expect, going back into fire. I might do Crater Fairy first, since you have Bolero and it's quick, just to see.
Sunny also doing 200 IQ setting Pharaohs earlier. A lot of time taken out of the climb there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cindy already did it. That would make sense. Meanwhile, Ice Nine gonna get kind of lucky here in fire as he continues through. You're not bow locked. You have a key to get around, actually, which is great for him. I don't know when he finds either of those bows, honestly.
I apologize if anyone's hearing sirens right now. People around here don't know how to drive.
Alright, and there is Baronade done for Sea Falcon. Alright, Furor's Wind just saving so much time in fire. There's a lot of climbing that you are otherwise expected to have to do multiple times.
Yep. Sometimes the logic be whack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can check light arrow cutscene soon.
Mhm.
Alright, Cindy deciding not to do the top. Volvagia is not hovers locked, which is a little scary because that's where you start worrying. Oh, never mind. Just warping back to the entrance, saving some time there. Oh yeah, Cindy did skip Pierre. And no prelude, so Sea Falcon's gonna play Serenade, take the owl. I don't think so. Wait, yes? Interesting. So the scary thing is fire not being hovers locked means that hovers are on the table for what hammer locks ultimately. Okay, now Cindy is going, what do I do?
And that is true. Cindy does have long shot anyway, so they can just pixel shot.
That's true. Yep. Okay. So you don't have Song of Time or hovers to get into highest Goron. You gotta do hammer chest to get into highest Goron. And Pierre has an item based on the key counting other people are very thankfully doing, so I don't have to. I hate counting keys in Fire. I'm so bad at it. I'm just like, okay. Alright, and Volv done for Ice 9. Alright, and we did have a horse here in Composer Grave that Sea Falcon is checking right now.
Messing up flame storage. Oh, Sea Falcon doesn't have magic.
That's fine, it's in Crater.
Oh, okay.
But he's probably also likely to get the Nightcapped Skulls here.
No, I was wondering why when he didn't get it, he just didn't. It's like just open it with dens, but makes more sense now.
Ah.
Strength 3 is in Tech Grotto.
Oh no, did Cindy miss the jump? I wasn't watching. Did Cindy miss the jump? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we have a box skip.
Yeah, he said for his win to go back to Pierre. Alright, Ice 9 also going to be going back into Fire, of course. Okay.
No.
Yeah, this particular jump
You just need to know where you're going, but it's not. And, alright, Cindy's out of magic. There we go. And freeing the Goron, yep. Okay. So Cinny is going to Lake Hylia, so we'll find out. I'm guessing that he doesn't actually have Pierre set. Safe quitting, alright. See Falcon being very thorough in this child segment, which is just bleeding time. He doesn't know it, obviously, but...
Unless he looks at the light arrows here on chickens, and... that is a play.
Yeah, there is a chance that lights are here. Hovers could be here. Alright, Cindy's gonna go child, do probably that whole Desert Colossus, Spirit, Jabu, Deku. Not necessarily in that order.
Jax, that depends on what kind of homework it is.
Yep. Light Arrow cutscene lacks where you go to Temple of Time with your Spirit and Shadow medallions. Also a possibility for Mirror Shield.
Yep.
Ice 9 is going to be showing us Pierre here, so we'll find out. And just some bombs.
Ooh, this is good.
Just a stick upgrade there. Alright, so... one of our other hand...
to do Child Goron City.
Yep.
So we'll get his long shot here.
Yep. Is Lax all that's left? I didn't think we'd seen Crater Fairy or the Upper Trail Skull yet. Okay. No, not in this case. We had a bomb bag that could get us... bomb bag and Dins that got us field... the cow field one. Alright, there's a long shot. And... that... this just feels so bad because Sea Falcon was like god routing this at the start. And now it's just all of that time. Because he wants to be thorough in this child segment rather than just jump right into fire. But it's like, fire's the answer. So that's really great. And that's kind of one of the other things. Sea Falcon could gain back a lot of this time. Boss Key was pretty early. If he decides I'm going to go check like arrow cutscene before I go back into fire on the off chance that it's there. So Cindy's gonna be in really good shape here after completing Deku and Jabu. And I wouldn't even be surprised. Cindy's in a position where maybe you set FW in the wherever you get Boomerang and come back if it's lights. I don't think so, but you could make that kind of play. It's a qual where once you have an idea where all the items are, it starts to feel like you have to make a more aggressive play if you want to win.
That's cool. I'm gonna check target in the woods after this.
Yeah, Elka, getting the hammer early is really good information. The hints are too good.
Yeah, these hints are pretty good, all things considered.
I would say the best hint is the Water River Boss Key one. Or Water River one. Because you're like, that is one less Song of Time AD check that I have to think about. Alright. Kind of looks like Sea Falcon's going adult now. We don't have Prelude yet, unfortunately, so has to take the owl back. Yeah.
Nice setup.
Mm-hmm. Cindy also going to do some overworld checks, at least picking up the song here. Yeah, lights are the big sticking point here. Mirror shield or potentially hovers have to be on light arrow cutscene. Something that's really going to open up checks where mirror shield can be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad idea to be picking up, okay, what song is this? Is it Prelude? Is it going to be Epona? We already knew it was Epona, but...
Lights can be behind strength 3. Mirror cannot. Dens and hovers, it's possible that lights are behind dens or hovers if it's in shadow. We haven't seen OGC yet. Only it was a Ice 9 that has strength 3.
Yeah, it's just the only thing that it could be that we'd be interested in would be those hover boots. Or light arrows. Oh, Ice 9. Wait, Ice 9 got a bow? Was in river, hopefully. Alright, Ice 9's back in the game. Excellent. Lens of Truth is worthless in this particular seed.
Yes.
And in general.
Yeah. So logically, it has no implications because we have Requiem and Epona that are available. So there's no even logical implication for doing Wasteland. And Market Foolish, so... Yep, TCG's dead. Because Market's Foolish.
Water before fire, yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this choice. Unless he is... It's possible Sea Falcon is playing this going, I know I'm full clearing fire, or the checks around there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going, I'm gonna get boss key and leave in water.
And we have a vanilla boss key, don't we?
Was it vanilla? Yeah.
I think it is.
Yep.
It's... Yeah, the check behind Boulder Maze.
Okay. And yes, most runners that you will see on these restreams will do Water Temple without Zora Tunic. Zora Tunic is actually only logically relevant for one check in this game, and it's the central pillar of Water Temple. And even then, we don't. Yeah.
Except the seed when it gives you some troll wallets for paths.
Give me the tunics. I'm so happy to use them.
But
no
I ain't
trauma.
Or you're not gonna willfully go out of your way to get them, though.
Yeah, exactly. Fire, Like the Goron tunic, absolutely. I'm going out of my way for that. Farm money, find the wallet. I have to wake you up? Come on. I have to wake myself up here.
Welcome to Zelda After Dark. At least for everyone on the East, or everyone in Europe right now, it's Zelda After Dark. We haven't quite reached that place in the States yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, I'm surprised Ice 9 didn't go do water while looking for a bow. Sorry. On our layout, we also see their personal trackers, and so I was looking at their medallions here.
The only thing I could think of is I'd be kind of discouraged to go do it, just because, I mean, you go in the first checks to raise and lower the water level, and then you can't clear torches.
Oh, you can't. That's right.
So, like, I mean, you could, but
yeah, I'm almost positive that there's enough.
I believe there is too. I haven't been counting, but
Oopsie.
you can't
That's
catch
right.
me, Spooky Death Fiend.
Doesn't have lullaby, which actually isn't a problem if you have iron boots and 2 small keys. You can go do the other checks.
Right.
We're so used to seeing gold scale water and the way that you have to do that, but there's nothing stopping you from doing the vanilla boss key chest with the water raised up if you have the iron boots. Yeah, Elka. I wonder if that's not a play that Earl and Sea Falcon make, honestly. Because they have that option and it's fast enough, you just set FW, play Minuet if you have to go back.
Yep.
And yeah, that was a really nice quick kill from Sea Falcon. All of these runners making amazing use of Furor's win today. We're getting our fire equips in here. A lot of practice, VG fan. Okay. So Cinny didn't do this in Deku, like I said, because he still had Jabu, makes a lot of sense. Isn't doing the actual item checks here to save some time, but is setting Furor's win so that if he has to come back here for those... it's nice and quick. But yeah, if Earl decides, I'm gonna go check Light Arrow cutscene before clearing out the rest of Fire, which is a very bold move, but again, in Quals, sometimes that's the move you make because you're going, no one's finished yet. I can save some time if it's here, and I don't lose a lot of time doing it. I mean, you also have Furor's win to just get back in. It just... They do not have Prelude, but it is vanilla spawns, so the adult spawn is right there in Temple of Time.
Then I'm about ready to fight Baronade.
That isn't gonna happen, Corbinik. It could be something else, but...
Is that a thing?
What?
Slashing Baronade with the Kokiri sword to kill the...
Yeah.
The jellyfish?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna reevaluate my life's decisions right now. And how I play. When I screw up the combo, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll just be over here in the corner. Don't pay attention to me.
Yeah. It's still slower than just getting the stun and using nuts, but it's a good backup.
Alright.
Alright, that is Jabu done. Spirit Med for Cine, who's going to play Serenade and find that Mirror Shield, we think. And then we'll find out just how bad this seed is. Oh hey, happy 2 hours indeed. You want to take the shoutouts, IT?
Absolutely. So first off, happy 2 hours. Featured on Restream, we have Ice9, Sea Falcon, Cinny, and Earl Weird. Make sure to give them a follow. Both all great runners. Tracking for us, we have Tamaltak, Bethan Ainsley. I apologize if I didn't pronounce that right. Baseball and Lava Plume. And also restream for us is Baseball. And on commentary is Milkweed and New IT Guy. Hooray. I suck at doing that. But we got it.
We got
Perseverance.
there. And yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Hope you're enjoying this show. Is any warping before actually receiving the item, and there it is. That is glow mode.
Mm-hmm.
It is still light arrow cutscene, but if you start playing a song or save quit too fast, it comes with you. Strength 3 is in Tektite Grotto, BXR. Okay. Sea Falcon. Yep. Setting for Roar's Wind, gonna go beat Volvagia and probably clear up those other checks before continuing in Fire. Yeah, it would have been pretty unfortunate for Cinny if that warp had ended up with hovers and then you're like, oh, now I got a Nocturne. Sounds good. Stone Shadow only for light arrows. That's the only thing. Did we see all of the maze, Alka? Guess I wasn't. Because there was that hammer-locked key.
Kokiri's sword was in Colossus Fairy Fountain.
Yeah, Lax was way more likely, of course. Alright, Sea Falcon using Chew Strats, missing the one cycle there. No Fairy, gonna reset. We've seen Crater Fairy now. I saw Ice 9 go in there. Aww. Alright. The last bow was bow locked there, so that'll make Ice 9 feel a little better, I'm sure. Oh, we're gonna get a bet going up here in chat for the location of our light arrows. Reminder that our foolish locations are Bottom of the Well, Kokiri Forest, and Market. Oh. Water River chest was hinted. Alright, Cindy making the plays here again with Furor's Wind. Cindy only needs one more small key and a boss key to beat Spirit, and so you can just set Furor's Wind here and decide, okay, you know what? Alright, there's the small key. Just a gold skull token there in the center. Alright, Volvagia done for Earl, done for Sea Falcon.
It occurs to me that I turned my push to talk on, and you didn't hear anything that I was saying.
Oh, no, I did not.
Alright. Let's see where to put this stupid thing at. Am I feeling mean? Worst possible location in Shadow. I think in Shadow is the worst possible location.
Yeah, the hovers are rough because we have no actual information about where they are. Because fire isn't hovers locked. So, Ganon's is very likely. Hovers in Light Trial and Lights in Shadow would be great for Ice 9.
You know what? Well, I'll be nice.
Ice 9 does not yet have K-Sword. Water River chest is hinted dead as well. I mean, it's a small key, but it's dead for our purposes. GTG toilet, though.
Right. Bongo's pretty safe bet. If it's anywhere in Shadow, it's always on Bongo. We'll know Mountain Trail Skull here in a second.
Yeah. The fact that we have no finishers, I mean, I said this as soon as Ice 9 picked it up. I was like, if that's required, that strength's a problem.
Well, here's my bet. Let's see. Oh, I guess we have a second phase before we get to my bet.
Yep, Sea Falcon is save quitting there, gonna save himself some more time on top of what he already saved, not doing the back of fire. Earl Weird, on the other hand, not thinking about Light Arrow cutscene quite yet, and on the way to GTG. And just as we say, there are no finishers. We have our first place finisher, Icola, 2:11:33 GG's. It could still be in Shadow. Icola is extremely fast at this game. Oh, Angle, second place, 2:11:59. 26-second snipe. The cutscene.
Well, my bet.
Yeah. Well, that makes me feel like it is not Strength 3 locked and in Ganon's.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe back in Spirit. Oh, Ice 9. Got the quick grab, got more against the door, but didn't quite stun into position. Well, Cine is probably going to do okay here in as far as overall race placements. Very likely to take first on Restream. This is one of the kind of funny things. You check this chest. Ah, wrong arrows. Hey, Schultzer, third place, 2:15:10. GG's.
Yeah. Well, you almost wonder that this has to be in a pretty easy spot for the arrows.
Yeah, very likely something that's along the way.
Yep.
Either Ganon's not Strength 3 locked or back in Spirit, where they have all they need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please, no one say it. If you know. No spoilers. Marco in 4th place, 2:16:20. GG's Marco. Oh, alright, 10 minutes later, Scarlet in 5th place.
Yeah, that cutscene is minutes long, I swear.
What?
He said minutes.
There's another skull.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Castle 3, the Storm's Grotto, there's also a skull in there, and apparently that is where the light arrows are. Which is very funny. They will need to go collect storms from Burning Cack. They will need to go child and hike back there to that check. And Cinny not remembering about storms by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cinny is forgetting to get storms, which is gonna lose him an entire age change without prelude. We have Sunsong and Serenade, so it's not that bad, but it's very unfortunate. We saw Castle Fairy. Or at least I'm pretty sure I saw Sea Falcon do it. Emo Soda finishing in 6th, 2:18.24.
Oh, that's rude.
Mm-hmm.
That is an HC3.
Oh, okay. I think Cinny scummed that child segment, so that's good. That was smart. I didn't even notice. All right, Fabio, 7th place, 2:19.17. GG's. Barrel coming in 8th place, 2:19.37. So some of the differences that we're seeing in these times versus our runners, there was a little bit, I imagine there was a little more pushing of that fire. Because Ice9, for example, if Ice9 had had a bow, this whole seed would have been much quicker for him. And so if Ice9 had done what Earl did and gone river at the same time, like Ice9 would have been in the best position because you're not clearing up hardly anything. He was the first one to have the long shot, the 2 strengths, the needed to go back for the hammer still, but it's hinted. Yeah, nobody's getting those lights without the hint. Absolutely not.
Well, and I think Sea Falcon would be in a better position too if he didn't take that very long extended child segment. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand doing the 2 dungeons because you're a child already and they're just back to back, but
yeah, Sea Falcon had a very thorough child segment because he was still missing a strength,
shot.
was still missing the long shot, is still missing lights. Like, it's understandable why you do that, but it's one of those, you know, following your path hammer through a progression dungeon might save you time. So maybe you weigh, all right, taking the extra age change, the owl warp and everything might be worth the risk. Yep, so you have to play storms, and then you gotta blow up a wall. And then you get your light arrows. Alright, let's go mode for Cinny. Just needs to get back adult. It's pretty quick here, you get thrown out. How do they...
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think you find that.
But that's why the clue exists.
Yeah. You'd find it eventually, but you're not thinking about that. Yeah. Someone asked at the start of this, like, what's the worst overworld skull location? And I still don't think that's quite the worst, but it is definitely the worst for light arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Cinny is gonna play Minuet, Furor's win back, and fight Ganondorf. Sea Falcon's about to get the hint, has done both of the other Hyrule Castle checks, so should be playing Nocturne to pick up storms. We have not seen hovers on Restream. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. You'll never find mine in Hyrule Castle. Einstein going to become an adult and get his mirror shield here in a second. Zenadine finishing in 9th with a time of 2:25.55.
GG's. Alright. Ice9 picking up Mirror Shield. Headed through.
Sea Falcon is going to get his light arrows. What song is an ice prelude of light? believe.
Yep,
And
should be.
Purple Rupees finishing in 10th with 2:27.15.
All right, get your GGs in chat. Unfortunately, Cindy is just going to miss out on that top 10. That is Cindy finishing, hopefully, 11th place, 2:27.43. All right, GGs. Yeah, Valley tends to be very contentious for people. I think Skulls gives it a little bit of a buff. But Earl finding those irons in Forest River ended up making a lot of sense to route in there. There's a bow in the crate in Valley Angle. Yeah, 2 of our runners got that, and 2 got the river one.
Yeah. Yeah, you either had to get the river one or you had to get the crate one. The other one's bow locked.
And Aldasoon finishing in 12th place, 2:29.12. Looks like we're getting Cindy in for an interview. Welcome in, GG's.
GG's. I'm disappointed in myself.
Talk about that. Why? I thought you routed pretty well.
I should have just skipped Fire Temple.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have gotten top 3 that qual.
Yeah. So skipping Fire Temple is a choice. You can get back there kind of easy. You couldn't check Light Arrow cutscene quite yet, so it's a little harder, I would say, in that position. Doing Jabu first,
yeah,
it's a little more compelling.
Yeah, but Light Arrow cutscene is hammer locked, and
Yeah.
I was just trying to do hammer lock stuff, and I knew highest score run was a thing, hammer locked, so I went for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big mistake. I should have just rushed progression.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing here is not following progression and prioritizing that over overworld after that opening segment gave you kind of everything.
Yeah. Well, the path, the Lake Hylia path helped lead me towards that area.
Yep.
Also, only hammer there, so mirror has to be hammerlock somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, anything else? How'd you feel about the settings combination?
Oh, and I see emos in chat, but Sunsong makes overworld skulls way better. There's a lot less skulls that you're orphaning.
Yeah.
That really helped.
We talked about that at the start. Like, I was expecting a lot of forfeits. Like, just, nope, I'm leaving, bye. But I think that Sunsong start is what really was, okay, I'll stick around.
If we didn't have Suns, I was bailing.
Yeah,
it was also nice of the seed to give everyone everything they could possibly want within 5 minutes of starting the seed.
For, like,
Wait,
skull collecting. For
skull collecting.
Or at least peeking. Yep.
Yeah, for adult, but not so much for child.
Right.
Yeah, the slingshot was kind of late. Castle Fairy, I think, is what we ended up seeing.
I got a different slingshot.
Okay.
Oh, and that reminds me. Dang it, needed Song of Storms. I gambled that the light arrows were just gonna be on the ferry.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard gamble to make. Like, okay, do I play Nocturne? What if I don't need it? That's wasted time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna try to save the time from grabbing that.
Understandable. I would be very surprised. I would love to see a poll once this is done. How many people got light arrows before the hint? Because I'm pretty sure it's none.
Probably none. That's an awful spot. And you need to beat 3 dungeons to get access to it.
Where was Farold? I don't remember.
It was early.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was like 2 hours and 34 minutes ago, somewhere in there.
It was on a skull, maybe?
Is it in Nightcack?
Oh, I never checked Child Nightcack. Maybe it was Lost Woods.
It was somewhere really, really early.
Get your GGs in chat. Sea Falcon stabbing Ganon in the face. Taking 17th place to 34-19.
GC Falcon.
Actually, if I remember, I think it was on Bridge Scrub, is where Feror's was. But GC
Goron City shortcut. Oh, sure. Alright, there's light arrows for Earl Weird. Sorry?
Oh, no, nothing.
Alright, looks like we're getting Sea Falcon in here for an interview as well. Welcome in, GGs.
Jeez.
GG's.
Anything you want to share about the seed before we start asking questions, or?
We're not hearing your audio come through.
Can you guys not hear me?
Oh, there you go.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
But now we can.
No, I'm gonna let you ask the questions, I think.
All right. So you had the only thing that I really have a question about is you had an extremely thorough child cleanup after you finished Jabu. I know you were missing a lot of items, so I'm wondering if you can talk through the process of how you decided I'm going to do that versus a progression dungeon behind a hinted path item. Was it just to like save the age changing because of no prelude? Was there more likelihood that something was available? I'm just not sure if we missed something that you might have been thinking through.
Honestly, just how many items I was missing. And plus at that point I was like, would I beat Jabu, I think, like, what, an hour 30 in or something? And at that point with Overworld Skulls and Sunsong, the fact that I hadn't done Night Skulls and CAC kind of felt bad.
Yeah.
That's usually something I rush pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I didn't in this seed. And I mean, in some ways I'm glad I went back, because I don't know if the other magic was available, but that's the only one I found, which was a relief. I think probably more asking why I went up trail to Goron City afterwards. I don't know. Not having prelude, I just kind of decided at that point. Look, okay, sorry, let me correct this. I thought I wasn't going back child ever again in the seed.
Yeah.
Goddamn light arrows had other ideas, but
the lights were brutal, for sure.
But yeah, I just did some of that, I I did some of that. I just did that to try to save the age change, and I would rather not repeat what I found when I found the long shot where it was, given that I should have had that an hour ago.
Yeah, I watched you play Minuet, and I was like, oh, that's gonna hurt. But you got there. At least you didn't not get back to it.
As far as that the hammer, I don't know. I part of me didn't believe it was Path until I found nothing else in like Hylia for one thing.
Sure.
And then I don't know. I mean, I probably should have done fires sooner. I was thinking of doing it right after when I went to adult, like I think it was the first time when I like set up Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided afterwards, I'm like, all right, I think I only have maybe one more challenge segment left. I have this Colossus Baronid hint.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna resolve this. Hopefully go to Jabu. My brain got so effed up during that, by the way, that I got the boomerang at a Deku and forgot why that was Path of Wolf. Despite my absolute massive despite my absolutely stupid massive struggles trying to pull the hammer in the first place, which should have reminded me. Like, I thought we were gonna be skipping. I thought I was gonna be skipping Deku.
Yeah.
In this heat because I thought it was hovers, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, and we talked about that when we first got the hint, because it was like, okay, we already have these items. It's like, well, you have to remember that you can get items for overworld skulls too. That factors in, and so we're like, okay, once we found Kokiri sword in Colossus to Baronade, we're like, okay, yeah, it's boomerang.
Yeah, I knew it had to be boomerang at the Deku tree and the sword in Colossus, just to make hammer possible to get logically.
Yeah.
So that's why I basically bailed at Deku right at the boomerang. I didn't want to do any more of it.
Yeah, you, I think, bailed out of Deku and Jabu.
Yeah, I decided to just go mode Jabu, since I know Mirror Shield could not be in there.
Yeah, makes sense. And we are getting another finisher on Restream here. Get your GGs in chat for Earl Weird. Not quite yet. Still waiting. Oh no! No! Oh, the snipe.
So, where was the Din's fire?
Diving game domain.
Yeah, diving game.
Oh, I skipped all domain. That could have been bad if lights were in shadow.
We have a full dive, a play for a potential long shot.
No, I knew ZL was on Prelude.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I had pulled Did DC have both hookshot and strength in it? I think it did.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that just kind of bounced from one dungeon to the next, which is also why I missed long shot. But no, I just started pushing progression because the seed was, I thought, going fast. I mean, I should have, when I realized the hammer's path, I should have pushed it more because the last thing I was expecting was to go into fire, pull strength two out of the first chest, and immediately know I have like barely anything that Mirror Shield can be behind now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, for me, it was the bomb bag and CAC being Spear 0, so it has to be hammerlocked, and only hammerlocked. Not can't involve bomb stuff.
Oh, hammer is bomb locked.
Wait, why is it bomb
Think of
locked?
It's not.
Because Colossus Fairy.
Yeah, Kokiri sword, the boomerang.
For Kokiri sword. For boomerang.
Oh, it is bomb locked.
It is bomb locked.
I mean, I was just doing random checks along the way, even once I knew that, because I didn't want to walk by light arrows at that point and have to go back. So
yeah.
Okay, but hammer was a later spear than bomb bag, so that means it has to be hammer locked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was bomb locked in the end. I kind of forgot about that, and I just didn't care about that logic.
All right.
I was a bit worried when I found the fire arrows in Colossus. That maybe that could lead to something.
Yeah, we saw the fire arrows and we're like, ooh, that could be bad because there is a skull that if fire arrows are your only fire source, suddenly becomes adult only and you
Yeah,
hammer to do.
Yep. Field skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been especially bad to walk back to, given that I'd already kind of already gone by that grotto once in the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that could have been hammerlocked, that grotto too, if fires were needed.
yeah, I really just from playing this, that just Overworld Skulls just feels awful to play sometimes. Like, this one could have been even worse because you could have passed by even more skulls, but the seed really early on was like, all right, look, here's a bottle. You can get the soil skulls at the very least, so take that.
Yeah. and the Sun Song makes it not complete ass to route them.
Oh yeah, that too. Didn't run up on a skull and oh, it turns daytime. Sorry. That had your item. You lose.
Yeah, I had that happen to me in Trail, but thank you, Sun Song, for saving me there.
That would have been so devastating for the hammer skull.
Yeah.
Like, guess I wait.
But Sun Song, best song in Overworld Skulls. Trust me, you want to just rush it immediately.
Alright, Ice Nine is entering the Ganon fight. I'm not sure if either of you are actually watching. So, just keeping you updated.
Yeah, I have the stream up.
Okay. Yeah, so other than that, it was like, it made sense to go Valley when you have a lake and you kind of loop those together. Trying to think if there was anything else that really, like, stood out. The two of you had very similar openers, actually, so I suppose that was the difference, was Cinny, you ended up going up and getting long shot, etc. before going to Forest.
Oh yeah, Trail Wall and Dongos, right?
Yes.
So yeah, Trail Wall was my first one.
Yes. Yeah, you did that before going into DC at all.
Yeah, since I had the hammer.
Yeah.
The logic broken.
Alright. Hopefully this one goes a little better. Get your GGs in chat as Ice Nine prepares to stab Ganon in the face. Oh no.
Oh, the Hall of Finishes.
I saw
Alright,
that. I saw that as soon as you said that.
Oh, that's
Oh.
brutal. Oh, okay. Well, GG's Ice Nine finishing in 30th place, 245.46. I'm sorry, I won't say anything ever again.
I mean, given the settings, though, I'm very proud that 30 people stuck it out till the end, or at least
Yeah.
30.
Although this was pretty much a jet seed. Would have been quicker if the chest sizes were actually on.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been much nicer.
I mean, I wasn't gonna. This was my first call, so I wasn't gonna take a 0 on the first one.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Sun Song, I was probably just gonna bail on this one. And just use my wild card here.
Yep. All right. Well, Earl Weird and Ice Nine will not be joining us for interviews. So if there's any final thoughts that either of you had or any questions that chat has, otherwise I'm done with my questions. IT guy.
I don't have any. It was pretty straightforward. Just really shitty light arrows.
Yeah.
Just rush your progression instead of doing all of fire.
Yeah.
All right. Well, GG's to both of you, and good luck in the rest of your quals. If
Oh, we've got the commands in chat already. Please give our runners Ice9, Sea Falcon, Cinny, and Earl Weird a follow. Thank you again to our trackers, Tomal, Bethan, Baseball, Lava Plume. Baseball also restreaming for us, which is amazing. Thank you, IT Guy, for being on comms with me. And if you are interested in helping make restreams happen, we have a volunteer form for you. Fill that out and join us. We're a fun group. And I believe we are rating Cubs. Cubs rule baseball?
Yep.
All right, we're rating Cubs rule. Feels so wrong to say as a Twins fan.
I mean, I'm a Reds fan. I'm a fan of a division rival team, so it definitely feels wrong if I say it.
Right. But yes, thank you everyone for joining us this evening.
I don't know anything about baseball.